you want to have a shop to do it and make it your full-time gig, then you're gonna wear a lot of hats. So you are gonna little pancakey, dude. I really don't. What's up guys, I'm Chris and you're watching FlyRyde, where you're gonna learn more about the parts, the techniques, and the business of building custom lights. We're not gonna talk about lights pretty much at all today. We're gonna talk about the business, and man, how I had a bunch of downtime last week. I'm gonna walk you through that and show you all the different hats I wear in this business. So you wanna do your own thing and you wanna be the guy that gets all the attention and praise all the time, like, oh, I like your lights, I like this, I like that. But you want to have a shop to do it and make it your full-time gig, then you're gonna wear a lot of hats. You're gonna be the trash man who's got to take all that stuff out to dumpsters. You're gonna be the guy that's answering emails, that's answering phone calls, DMs, all the private messages on all the social platforms. You're gonna be doing a whole bunch of stuff yourself, and what it really boils down to is maybe 10 to 20% of the time you'll be actually building lights. So if that's a cool sounding full-time gig, you might consider it.
Truly alone in business. Oh man. Whoops.
So that was not easy, especially doing it solo, but I filled up this truck this morning with a bunch of furniture. Things that I really need. Specifically, this big old beast is gonna go on top of this big old beast. And if it weren't for the fact that it was on that little dolly right there, those two wouldn't even fit under the ceiling, it's so big. I'm ready to have my first office, and I don't like sharing a window with the dude I don't know. Like that. All of this is going. That stupid rack, going. That wall, going. Everything. Ooh, even got new chairs. I'm excited. When I get that office set up, I get a beautiful new manager, or whatever you want to call her. But my wife will be in the building, part of FlyRyde. So super, super excited we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna go pick up racks, bring them here, probably get more than I need. And then I gotta cut them all down because they're so tall, they're not even gonna fit. I did notice one thing though on this truck. When we picked it up, it had a bulb out, and then I looked underneath it and I saw that it had a wire that was just completely broken. So, since I'm kind of the wiring guy, I should probably fix this thing before I go so that thing works and I don't get in trouble.
Hey, it's blinking.
Fixed it. Look at this big ass window. Jeez. Alrighty, here we go.
1 hour later.
What up, Leo? Oh, you're on YouTube. Say hi, YouTube.
Oh, how you doing?
Hi.
You can take all this,
Okay.
this, and I got more of this.
Okay, cool. Well, I got a big ass truck, so let's do it. Thank God I'm not doing this alone, because these guys are using the forklift and stuff. I'm trying to move everything manually. Yeah, this is not gonna be fun to take out all by myself. We'll see how that goes.
2 hours later.
I don't think people really understand that when you are running your own ship like this, like, man, everything matters. Every dollar spent matters. Every wasted minute matters. Like, man, it's just insane. So taking a day to set up these shelves and put that office together, like, that was such a fat investment. It's just a big deal every time you're not doing what maybe you feel like you should be doing, or maybe it's what somebody else is telling you you should be doing. Really, really difficult to navigate sometimes, so you have to know why you're doing it. You have to be passionate about what you're doing and know that, in this case, what I was working on right then, I'm gonna have these things for 20, 30 years. So, I think it was worth it.
So we got a ton more work to go. We got a lot of stuff to take down, but at least you kind of get the idea that, and sometimes you just got to work crazy, crazy hard to set these things up, and a lot of times that means you do it alone. I get so much help from Jack and from just a lot of different people that I work with, and I love that. But sometimes if no one's around, it just means grunt through it, grinding, going and picking up heavy stuff, and I don't know, not being afraid to get your hands dirty and just kind of set things up, because it's either you do it yourself if you can, or you end up paying a ton of money for other people to do stuff. I will say this, messing with that 220, I am glad that I didn't do that. That sounds like me dying, and yeah, I don't think me dying is a good way to make any kind of progress in the business. So at least for the front room, at least for this little office, we've got stuff that we can do in here now. See if you guys can guess what's on this shelf. I know some of you guys will pick up on this. You know what kind of lights those are? That whole shelf is just for one type of car. This is our mixed bag. A TJ Hunt 350Z light. Just random. Lots of crazy stuff. So these are, you know, these lights aren't really worth anything, but if they're modified and they're packaged up and we have them ready to go, we can actually turn it into something good. These things are super dope. I love them for organizing. They're $1. $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, whatever. I've got $15 worth of little clear bins that I can label and do whatever I want with, and man, does it make a big difference in keeping things organized. This is totally not a slam to anybody that wants to do something on their own and they don't want to have a boss anymore, they don't want to have to answer to anybody. I think what the reality is with business, for me personally, is that instead of me having one boss that I have to listen to, I have a ton of mini bosses. Each customer, each client, you know, I'm in the game of making them happy and making sure that they're not freaked out. While at the same token, I have to steer the ship in the direction that I want it to be going in, and I have 100 people tugging it in different directions. So some of it is actually looking at your clients like they are the people to answer to. The further off perspective is that you have to know where you're pointing the ship, and so that along the way, as you're zigging and zagging and going different ways, you keep it headed in the direction that you want it to be going in. And trust me, that's not easy. Like I tell so many people, there's a huge amount of value in building this from home and working out of your own garage, at your own pace, never having to take on a job that you don't want, getting to demand the pricing that you feel you're worth, because face it, no one else is going to tell you that you're worth more than you are. You always got to be your biggest supporter, and for me it's been a big part of how I've avoided certain types of jobs that weren't good for me to take on. And it's hard to say no to people. It's super hard, especially when they're waving money at you like, take my money. Or they get mad. They're like, what, is my money not worth enough to you? Is my money not good like the guys with GTRs? I'm like, bro, it's not about your money not being good enough. It's that I'm steering the ship in a certain direction, and you tugging on it to go in that direction isn't gonna get me where I wanna be, and it's probably not gonna be the best solution for you, because there's a guy that's perfectly suited to do every job out there. So I only wanna take jobs that are perfectly suited for me and my clients, and I think that other people should do the same. There's no reason for anyone to be unhappy when there's so much demand, and then on the flip side of that, there's a lot of guys out there that are doing this stuff in their garage, in their spare time. They're pumped to get the jobs. They don't really want to chase down things just so that they can, you know, score an extra few bucks doing something they've never done before, when they're amazing at doing the same job they've been doing over and over again, and they're happy to get more of those. You gotta find those guys, and we'll help you do it.
All right, well, I hope that explains a little bit about what else happens in between building custom lights. If it gives you any insight into maybe starting up something at your house, running something out of your garage, or doing a shop, you might consider hitting that little button right there, and you'll subscribe to the channel, get to see a lot more of this stuff. And I am listening. You guys are telling me that you want to see some stuff on the older cars, and I get it. You know, not everybody's got a GTR. I certainly don't, so I understand wanting to see other content. So that's actually what's coming up. We've got some work on different platforms. We've got some Genesis Coupe stuff, some how-to retrofit, projector, crazy, like over-the-top training stuff, where I'm gonna dive in and show people things that I've never actually shown anybody on video before. That's cool. Other stuff, Dustin Williams hit me up the other day. He's got his new Evo 8, and we've done some pretty cool Evo stuff. So, question of the day, what's the coolest thing we could do to a set of Evo 8 headlights for Dustin? Alright guys, let me know. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Make sure to smash that like button if you liked it. I hope you did. And the next one will be a lot different than this one. Thank you guys.